friends, welcome back to my channel. So after the month of February, today I am finally recording my video. So yeah, so the month of the February was like I was quite traveling to my home on a vacation, and then there was a wedding to attend and many other personal things going on, due to which I wasn't able to record a good video. I have recorded many small clips, but it's not in a presentable way or the way I wanted to post it, so that's why there was no videos in all this meanwhile. But the thing which I have done in the February was quite a good reading. I was traveling, so I had a lot of time in the planes, in the hotels, and while I was not enjoying sightseeing, so I was reading. So today I'm gonna share the book reviews which for the books which I read in the month of February. So let's get started. So February being the love month of the love, Valentine's Day, and so yeah, so I decided to, and I wanted to read actually a very light book, like comedy books, or just easy read, something about it. So I decided to read a romantic comedy which was from enemies to lovers. Is something I like those plots where there are enemies and then they turn into the lovers. So I came across this name, The Enemy by Sarah Adams. I was reading on Kindle because I was traveling and I wasn't carrying books. So while I'm traveling, I don't carry books. I carry Kindle with me. It gives me ease of luggage. There is not much luggage. No luggage constraints are there then. And it also helps me to choose many books on the go. And so if I'm not enjoying this read, I will just stop it reading it and I will download some other book, buy from Amazon. So yeah, so I mostly read by Kindle when I'm traveling specifically, and otherwise I mix it. Like I have physical copies also of book and also of Kindle, whichever I prefer, depending on my mood, depending on the availability, and also depending on the price. So for many books the cost is very high than the Kindle version, so I buy it on Kindle and read it. And for some others, if I just come across a good deal, or I want to, if that's a very good book, not on base of the quality of the book, but if I just want to read a hard copy for some time, I will just buy that book. So I read basically when I'm traveling, I read by Kindle, otherwise it's just a mix of both. And since this month I was traveling, I read this The Enemy. I downloaded it on my Kindle, and yeah, so let's get started by the reviewing The Enemy. Okay, so as I mentioned, it's a plot of enemies to turning to lovers. This book was by Sarah Adams. It's based in a small town in United States. So it's the story about the June and Ryan. And the good part of this book is like the story is being told by both June and Ryan as well. So there are chapters where June is describing her side of feelings, and there's chapters where Ryan is describing his side of feeling. So it gives a good sense of what these two people are going through on. It's an enemy to lovers book, but actually Ryan was never an enemy. He just didn't want it to showcase his feeling for June for some reason, which you may read it, which I won't just, no spoilers, I would like to go. So yeah, so Ryan was never an enemy, and even June was. It's just it's just like they were not getting what they wanted from each other at that time. And the story is like after 12 years they meet up again on their friend's wedding. Ryan is the best man of his friend, and she's the bridesmaid of her best friend, who are getting married, and they just, so yeah, it's a very nice book. I finished reading this book in a day and a half probably, because it was so cute that I just wanted to know what happens. It's a romantic comedy and there was no hot scenes involved, so that it's a very clean book, and which I like the fact the most about it, because nowadays especially there are so many sex scenes involved, like and all, so it doesn't interest me. I'm not there for it. So but yeah, this is a very clean book, and I enjoyed reading it. I have reread it for a number of times. Men written by women are something so good. Like Ryan, I just got flattered about it, like how good he is, the way he cares about June, the way he makes her comfortable in her own skin, in her own self-esteem and all. So yeah, it's quite a nice book, very easy read. if you just don't, if you just want to have a good easy read, you can definitely go for this, the anime book. It's sweet. And so yeah, that's all I wanted to say. It's yeah, that's all I wanted to say about this book review. After the anime, I was so overwhelmed with this romantic comedy that I wanted to read one more book about on the same genre, same category. So I again went through the same category, like enemy to lovers, but this was based on The Office, enemies to lover, and I came across this name, The Spanish Love Deception, and I thought it was very famous on TikTok also, maybe because of very good campaigns run. So I downloaded this and I read this, The Spanish Love Deception. So it's based on the girl Catalina who wants to find a fake date to go with her on Spain on her sister's wedding, and his colleague Aaron volunteers for it. So the thing is, Aaron volunteers for it, but they both are very enemies in their work colleagues. So it's just based on like how that fake date goes and how they turn into lovers. So this book was I again finished this book in 3 days. It was somewhere around 300 pages. I don't remember the count, but it was 9-hour read when I started. So I just completed this in 3 days because I just wanted to know what happens next, what happened next. It was quite a predictable read, but I just wanted to get over it. And even this book was quite a predictable, but it was also fake for most of part of it, because why will someone be so bothered to volunteer to be your fake date when you don't want it to be? So yeah, it didn't make sense to me, but yeah, just reading out the love story and just figuring out a plot was kept me engaged while I was waiting for my luggage transfer or airport. So yeah, this was a okayish read. Compared to the anime, when I read the book from both the person point of view, like from June and Ran, this book. In this book, just Catalina mentions her point of what she's feeling about it and all. So I was missing. I would like to know more about what Aaron was feeling or why he always wanted to be enemy, which is described, but I wanted to know more from his point of view or his feelings about it. So yeah, but Aaron, again a man written by a woman. I just so good in manner, so gentle, means he was so caring about Katina, what she wanted, and few highlights that it was all real for me. That's why it's very nice book. It's a good read if you want. It's the first book by the author Elena. So she is based in Spain, Elena Armas. So yeah, this is the first book of her. Quite a good book, a good easy read, but very predictable plot, and it's also more of a clean book. There are few hot scenes, but not many. So it's quite a clean book, but yeah, it's a nice read too. And if I have to review this book, rate this book, I will rate just like 3 out of 5 because it was very predictable and at few points it feels very unrealistic. So I'm currently reading Shoe Dog. It's a physical book. After a long time I'm reading a physical book, but yeah, so let's see. I'm quite finding it interesting. It's about how he started with the Nike. I have just started it. I have just completed like 80 pages about it, and it's quite interesting. So there are few books which I have downloaded or I have posted while I am reading, but currently I'm not reading there, especially this one, the Almanac of Naval Ravikant. It's on hold for now. Maybe when I need some self-motivation or when I am feeling low about it, I will come back again on this book. But for now, that's all. So this were the 3 main reads which I did lately, and I remember to share a review. After a very long time, I read a romantic comedy, and I think I will keep going on it because it just makes me why to take life so seriously always. It was such an easy read and a fun read to know about couples. It also I also took my husband on a date just after reading that book when I was back in town. So yeah, so I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you found it helpful, I hope you got some idea about your reading for a book to read. Or if you're reading any book, you can just describe or mention it on the comment box so I can read or read reviews about it. that's all for now. And yeah, if you like watching this video, please like and subscribe to my channel. See you till next week or till next video, depending. And yeah, cool. Bye.